Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Evan Carthy from evancarthy.com. Today we are going to take a look at Boeing's stock. BA is the stock symbol for this is going to be for 2020. Today is September 13th, 2020. And so let's go ahead and get right into it. So what we're looking at first right here, this is going to be the daily chart of Boeing, and this is going to go over the blog post that I did for Boeing, and so this is what this is all going to cover. So starting off over here, we have a very ugly, but nonetheless a five wave L8 wave move. You can see right here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all the way down there. And I did measure them to make sure that the 2 to 3 leg right there was not the shortest leg, because that's one of the two main rules that it can't be, and the other one being that wave 4 right here cannot go up into the wave 1 right there. So we're good to go right there. So as you can see, price came back down, blew past the pivot zone area right here, but then started retracing up nicely. Then you can see it broke out of the orange line right here, which is just the divider I have for the fib speed resistance fan. That's between the 23.6 and 38.2 area for it. So that would have been your signal to go long. And then you can see what it did was it just created kind of almost an ABCD trade right here. It just went back down all the way to 61.8, then found its support, went back up, hit its profit target of 201.24, but really the profit target we're looking for is the 38% Fibonacci retracement level. Let me just show you what that looks like using the high from here all the way down to the low. This kind of teal line right here is the 30% level. Just need to adjust that slightly better, the target, and there we go. You can see it hit that, and then ever since then, price has just been retracing lower. So that is the current 5-wave L8 wave setup that it was in, but I just want to show how that got completed, and then that now that has been said and done. So now the current long setup, let me get rid of some of this stuff off of here right there. The current long setup that it is in is if you use this pivot low right here, as you see, if we had just used that pivot high, price came back down all the way almost to the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. Went back, here's the target we've been looking for, which was around $200. Hit that and then start retracing back. So then all we do is keep dragging this pivot point high up, which that would have been the high. And then price came back down and hit the 38% line. That initializes it and lets us know that now the target we're looking for, if this is to continue and go up, is going to be this first orange line right here at about $257 or so. And let me just draw the target box that we're looking for right there. So if this setup is going to be, it's a little bit long right there. There we go. So around $255. So if this is going to be a valid setup, then what we're eventually expecting to happen is for price to continue its move up right there. And the target would be looking for would be around $255. So that is the daily long setup for Boeing that it is currently in right now. But if we do go to the 1 hour chart, we could just leave it on the daily, but for the blog post I went into the 1 hour chart. So if we do the 1 hour chart right here, let me just show you how I got to where we were right here. So in the 1 hour chart, price had been stair-stepping lower. So if we use this pivot high right here, this pivot low down there, you can see how the price went and hit that profit target, no problem at all. So then all we do is I like drawing this little line right there to signify where I have a swing point low right there. So there's one right there. So we'll go down to the second one right there. So you can see price came down, there's that pivot point low, came up and hit the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level. That signifies that this next short, if it is going to continue, then this is the first point that we look for to hit that, to kick it off, and then the target down here would have been 191.95. Price came down there and hit that. So we'll draw that down there. And then we just keep on drawing the low and just wait for the retracement back up to the 38% line for it to lock it in, let us know that this another short setup is active and live. And so it did not happen until we use this swing point low. See price came up right here at $192. That initiated the short setup right there. And price waffled around some more a little bit until it came back down and hit it right there at around $155.75. So then once we do that, let me draw another swing point there. Then once it does that, we just we continue moving the pivot point low down more, which is right there at that previous target that I just hit. The price came back up. There's a 30% line. Let's back it up a little bit to make it a little bit easier to see for the whole thing. There's a 38% line right there. Price retraced back up and hit it. So then currently, if price is going to continue its stair stepping lower, which it has done 3 or 4 times previously. Let's see here. Yeah, so 1, 2 times previously. If it's going to come and do the, 1, 2, 3. This is going to be the fourth one that's moved lower. Then the target we're looking for is going to be the very top of this green rectangle box right here at about $141. See price is currently at about $160. So there is a little bit more movement to the downside right there. So in the video I talked about, or excuse me, in the blog post I talked about, if I was going to buy Boeing today, which I'm not, I don't currently own Boeing and have any plans to owning it in the next couple days or even longer than that. It's not on my radar. But what I would do is, if I was going to buy, is wait for price to go back down and hit that 1 hour short, which would be around 141-ish, $142, $140 or so, at least right around there. And then I would start looking at buying it, and with the target being at least $255 up there. So if you're a huge believer in Boeing, you don't think it'll go any lower than right here, then yeah, feel free to go ahead and get long. Price target again is still 255. But the way I would do it is I would wait for that 1 hour short to complete, hit down here around $140-ish, go along there, and then look for the target up here about $255. And then my low, and then if I had a stop loss, it'd probably be somewhere under this previous low over here. You see that hit that little gap right there. So I don't know, so about $106, $105 would be my stop loss. And then one thing I also want to point out, there's a gap right here between 241 or excuse 242 to about 249. So gaps do love to get filled, and so it is kind of interesting to notice that you have this gap right before this profit target right up here for this daily setup. So it gives a little bit more credence for you going long for it right there, hoping that this gap continues to act like a magnet, pulls it up and fills it up right there. So that's the short, that's the long for it. And then real quick, let me show you kind of a overview that I talked about in the blog post of Boeing, and how we got to where we were. So going back about the past 20 years or so, you can see Boeing has been a very, very, very technical stock as far as these 5-way moves right here. So starting back in the lows of 2003, here you have the 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the 5th wave move. Price broke the orange line right there, which is just let me show you what that looks like. The 5th speed resistance fan between the 23.6 and the 38.2, as you see right there, from the red to the green, broke down to it. And then the target we look for is a 38% Fibonacci retracement level move. Let me just show you what that looks like. It's signified by the green line right there, so you can see. Of course, price can go lower than that green line, as you can see, but that's the target I look for when I do that trade setup. So we had that 5-legged move, and then we have another five-way move right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these boxes right here, this kind of yellow with the white highlighted box, what those are is using point 0 to point 3 right there. They're the 1.416 to the 1.618 Fibonacci extension levels, and a lot of the time this is where you see the pivots happen. You'll see the move change. So it just signifies to me to look for a change right here. Doesn't always happen that way, but it does a lot of the time. I can see that one didn't right there. This one hit it perfectly. That one missed it right there. That one hit it perfectly. So it just signifies to be on the lookout for the reversal area right there. And then coming back down, you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Price hit the pivot zone, reversed out nicely, eventually come up hit the target. And then going up the other way, you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an extension of the fourth leg going up to the fifth, extension of the 5th leg right there. Hit that, and then you have a textbook ABC correction pattern right here using this swing point high, swing point low. Price come up, hit the 78.6 level, came back down. This green line was the 38% line target area, and then it also hit the 1.416 to the 1.272 target area zone, which I have for those types of moves. So hit both of those perfectly. I mean, this has just been extremely technical up until about this past year, and then price went up and created another 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-wave move. And then from there, it went back down and created a very ugly 5-wave move, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is where we're currently situated at right now, just waiting for price to decide what it wants to do. So really the big question is, was this the kind of ABC right here? It's using this as A, B, C. Actually, let's look for it right here. Where is it? It's one of these. That's not it. That's not it. This is it. All right, where's the A, B, C? Yeah. So was this the A, B, C correction pattern right here? And then from here, are we now creating another 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that? Not saying that's what it is, but it is just something interesting to note for and to look out for. And but as you can see, the way I trade, I look for trading off these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave moves right there. Currently, we are not in that, so unfortunately, I can't give a definite price target for that. But we are, if it is going to be a continuation of an ABC pattern right here, using this low and this high. Again, the target we're looking for is around about $255. But to be honest, I'd probably wait until, assuming this one comes down here and gets hit. I'll wait for this target to come down here and get first, around $140. And if you want to get long, go long there and look for that $255 target up there. So that's Boeing. Just waiting to see what it wants to do next. As you can see, for the past around 20 years or so, it's been a very technical chart. So currently, I think it's just flushing out what it wants to do before it shows us its 5-wave move from whichever direction it wants to go. So that's Boeing. Take care out there and talk to you later. Bye.